All right, good win for the Indianapolis Colts. They take down the Arizona Cardinals 31-27. All wins are good wins. It wasn't pretty all the time, but it was good. Daniel Jones talking about that, but he starts talking about the spate of injuries that occurred during pregames, which is really, really unusual.
Yeah, it was kind of a whirlwind. I was out on the field when I heard about Anthony. Obviously thinking about him and hoping he recovers well. Kind of a freak situation there, but yeah, I think obviously you're concerned for your teammates, Mooney as well, and hoping they're all right. But you know, you understand there's a job to do, and you gotta go out and play and get ready to go.
Feels like a lot of third down, you've got to have it situations. You look toward Josh. What has he done to earn your trust in those spots?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just a really smart football player. Someone you know who's gonna make the right decision, feel the space, and get there. And I think we have a lot of guys who do that. So Josh has come up big in a lot of those situations, but I have a lot of trust and confidence in all our guys in those situations.
Daniel, you guys have had dominant wins, but for this one to come down in the fourth quarter and come out on top against a really good defense like Arizona, what does that say about where this team is at, skill-wise, and just looking forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, you know, resilient. You know, I think that obviously the game moved back and forth. It wasn't the cleanest the whole time, and we certainly made some mistakes here and there. And playing against a good team that's going to, you know, force you to execute and play well. I thought just mentally the fact we were able to kind of come down and execute down the stretch and make sure we were at our best when we needed to be. I think that goes a long way. So the skill, you know, you asked about the skill. I think we're very confident in our ability and who we have on the field, and good to see us, you know, kind of stay resilient, you know, mentally in that situation.
You took a standard interception. Were you just a little surprised the linebacker was able to get up that high?
Yeah. I mean, I think thought I could get it over him to Mo on that play, and he made a great play. Go back and look at it and make sure I'm taking care of the ball.
That's Daniel Jones still playing at a really high level. He did have the pick today, but it was forgiven because immediately thereafter, Jacoby Brissett gave it back. So no harm, no foul. Here's Tyler Warren talking about how that offense is kind of rolling, how he's a big part of that offense rolling, a touchdown 3 straight weeks. And he finishes by talking about James Franklin's firing at his alma mater, Penn State University.
Yeah, it's been good. I think we played really well as an offense, and then to finish out in the 4-minute situation and end the game with the ball is, you know, one of the best things, you know, offense can do in that situation. So it was awesome to kind of end the game like that and do what we do in practice in the game and execute it correctly.
This is an afternoon that was so physical. How much confidence did you have in your defense to close it out when you needed the most?
Yeah, I mean, they've been making plays all day and all year, really. So it was, you know, exciting to watch them out there. We had their back, and they had our back throughout the game, so it was awesome.
You guys are perfect at home. How important was it for this team, after having so many dominant victories over the course of the season, to kind of win one in this fashion?
Yeah, I think it's however they come week to week is going to be, you know, how the wins go, and we'll take them either way. But yeah, you know, that was a good team, and it came down to the last play, really, so it was awesome.
All the guys who got involved within this offense, who were integral in making plays, integral in scoring touchdowns for this offense, how did you describe the selflessness in particular of this offense?
Yeah, I think it's when you have as many people as we do on our offense that can make plays, you kind of got to have guys that are selfless, and I think we have that all over the place, and it, you know, starts with linemen and the skill guys, and Daniel spreading the ball around to everybody, so it's been awesome.
I joked with Shane earlier this week. I asked if he just dreams up new ways to use you week in and week out, and he kind of laughed. He said, absolutely. He described you as a Swiss Army knife because of all the different things you can do. How much do you embrace that ability and the fact your head coach can rely on you in that fashion?
Yeah, it's fun, and I think that's what's fun about playing tight end is you get to do a little bit of everything, and you know, I just kind of look at it as my job from play to play and make sure I'm doing it the best I can, you know, when the plays get called like that.
I know we ask you this every single week, but your comfort level, finding the end zone again, how does that keep growing week in and week out?
Yeah, I think it just goes back to practice and getting the reps and trusting the guys around me and making sure they can trust me and proving that to them each week, so it's been good.
One of those guys, Josh Downs, found the end zone for the first time this year. How happy were you to see that, and just what's the impact he's had on you?
Yeah, he's awesome. I think for our offense, he does, you know, opens up a lot, and he can do a lot of different things. And I was, you know, it's surprising that he hadn't gotten in the end zone. Rex is such a good player, but I was happy to see him get in there, and that was a big play in the heat of the game and the situation we're in. So that was awesome.
What does it mean to be 5-1 and lead this division now 6 games into the season?
it's awesome just taking it, 1 week at a time and, enjoy this one for a few more hours and then get back to work next week and keep working.
Comfort level playing at SoFi again?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's the same stadium,
Yep.
right? Yeah, so that would be nice. We've been there before, but different teams, so can't do this so much.
What can you say about some of the throws Daniel was making down the stretch of this game and that last drive in particular, just fitting in some tight windows and ultimately the game-winning drive?
Yeah, I think that kind of, speaks to the offense as a whole and how we're operating, right? He knows where the guys are supposed to be, and we know where we're supposed to be at, so we can play those tight windows, know where the guys are going to be, and I think that's just trust over time.
Tyler, do you have any thoughts on that Penn State thing?
You're talking about Coach Franklin?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's out of my control, but I support Franklin. I always have his back, and he's been a great coach for me and a great mentor, so I hope it works out for him.
There's Tyler Warren, recruited by James Franklin and then played for James Franklin for 5 years before coming to the NFL. Obviously has some emotions about James Franklin and the way that James believed in him and made a lot of what Tyler is experiencing in the NFL possible. Tyler Warren, I think a clear-cut favorite through 6 games for the NFL Rookie of the Year.